Today we'd like to explain to you the rules of Kubb or Viking Chess, which is a fun game that is simple to learn, cheap to get and can be played outside with all your friends. Let's get started right away. What you see here is the setup of the game. Each team has 5 of these wooden blocks, which are called cubes. And the goal of the game now is to knock over the king, which is in the center of the field. But before you can do that, you have to knock over the enemy's team's cubes first. To decide the starting player, each team throws a baton as close as possible to the king. But if you knock the king over, the other team starts. Now we are ready to start. About throwing the batons, please don't throw them like this. Please don't put them horizontally into your hand, that's way too simple. Just put them straight in there and aim at your enemy's cube. Now the starting team just throws their 6 batons and they try to hit as many enemy cubes as they can. Voila. So now everything which has been knocked over has to be thrown back into the enemy's field, where it is set up either to the left or to the right direction, player's choice. It is now the other team's turn. It is strongly advised to throw at the closest cubes first before throwing at the cubes behind, since if one does not manage to knock them over, in the next turn the opponent may advance up to the foremost cube. So let me summarize. Each team has 5 cubes and the goal of the game is to knock over the king in the center, but to do that you have to knock over the 5 cubes of the opponent team first. So for throwing, please throw the batons straight and not horizontally. Everything which has been knocked over has to be thrown back into the enemy's field, where it is set up again. Now there is a special rule if you have more than 2 cubes to throw back. If you manage to touch the cubes that you have just thrown, the opponent team has to build a tower. Let me show you how this works. So the first cube is placed, the second cube touches the first cube, the third cube misses, and the fourth cube again touches. So in total this will be 1 isolated cube and a tower of 3. You can always displace the cubes a few centimeters if this makes your tower more stable. Such towers now have the advantage that you can hit more cubes with a single button and you can win the game more quickly. When you're unsure if a cube is knocked over, just remove the lowest element and see what happens. When you have knocked over all cubes of your enemy, you may then throw at the king from the baseline and win the game. Now I have only 2 last remarks for you. If you throw a cube and it is outside the field, you may throw it back up to 2 times. The third time you make a mistake, it goes to the baseline of your enemy. And don't knock over the king before you have knocked over all 5 cubes, else you will lose the game. Thanks for watching, enjoy playing and don't hesitate to ask if you have questions about the details.
Voici la caravane qui t'emmène de swing sur les bords de Seine. La caravane qui t'emmène de l'enfer au paradis. Voici la caravane qui t'emmène de swing sur les bords de Seine. La caravane qui t'emmène de l'enfer au paradis. Voici la caravane